If you have never taken a stroke on the rowing machine before, you will be able to do so by the time that we are done with this video, and you'll be able to do so with some efficiency and an understanding of the proper mechanics necessary to move the rowing machine and move your body across it. So let's start our rowing stroke at the finish. Go ahead and grab the handle, extend your legs, recline your body, bring the handle to your body, top of the rib cage, base of the sternum, shoulders relaxed, elbows back past the body, and from here, all we're gonna do is extend our arms. So arms out. Next motion, body forward. We pivot from the hips and tilt forward. Then we roll forward by bringing the knees up to meet the chest. From here, we press the legs, open the body, and bring the arms to the body. Arms out, body forward, roll, press, lean, and squeeze. Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms, arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. And you can see this motion is very robotic right now, and that's by design. We're trying to break down the different parts of the rowing stroke so that you have a better understanding of each portion in terms of the sequence of events. So the sequence from the finish, arms first, then body, then legs. The sequence on the drive phase is the opposite. Legs first, open the body, squeeze the arms. Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. Understanding the sequence is very important for two reasons. One, on the recovery, the biggest mistake that novices will make on the recovery of the rowing stroke is that they will allow the knees to pop up before the handle comes across the knees. And so they end up taking strokes that look like this. It's a very common beginner error. Instead, what we're looking for is the ability to get the handle past the knees before the knees rise. And in order to do so, we need arms out, body forward, knees up. Arms out, body forward, then the knees can rise. So it's important when you're learning the stroke to break it down robotically. Arms, body, and then the knees up, so that you can avoid this beginner mistake. Very common beginner mistake. On the drive phase, the reason that we want to row robotically to start to learn the sequence being legs first, then body, then arms. And the purpose of this is to make sure that we don't make another common mistake, which is rowers will arrive at the front end when they're new to rowing, and then it's just legs, body, arms all at the same time. And it's just legs, body, arms all at the same time. And that's not the most efficient nor most powerful way to move the rowing machine. Instead, what we want when we arrive at the front end is to drive first using our legs. Press with the legs. There's a lot of power that's available in the legs. So instead of arriving at the front end and activating with everything at once, we want legs, then body, then arms. Legs, then body, then arms. So going back to where we just started, the beginning of this video, arms out, body forward. Now we can roll in, press the legs, lean, squeeze. Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. As you start to be more comfortable with the broken down motion of arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms, you can start to blend the edges. So what happens is as the arms are about to finish coming forward, the body starts to come forward, and just as the body's forward, the knees come up. We start to press with the legs. We open the back, legs are done, back is finished as the arms come to the body. So the sequence is always the same. It's always arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms, but you can blend it. So instead of where we started, which is a very robotic motion, we can start to blend it, and it looks like this. So the order of events is happening exactly the same, but we're blending the edges of each movement so that it flows better together. The basics of the rowing stroke are very easy to learn, and you will master the basics within a few days to a week. The blending and the fluidity that you create, that's something that you're going to pursue stroke after stroke. But that's not for now. For now, where we want to be comfortable is with the sequence, with the order. Arms out, body forward, legs up, press with the legs, lean back with the body, squeeze the arms. Arms out, body forward, legs up, press with the legs, lean back, and squeeze. Get that order down so that you are avoiding the two major pitfalls. The first pitfall on the recovery, hitting our knees with the handle, our body is back, then it's forward. We are fighting momentum of the seat traveling forward. We're fighting that momentum, trying to get our body forward at the same time. We can avoid that by getting the arms out, body forward. Now, we're not fighting momentum at all, and all we have to do is just float into the front end of the stroke. On the drive, that second pitfall, make sure that we're not arriving and throwing every muscle group at it right at the front of the stroke. It's heavy, it's slow, it's cumbersome. Instead, allow speed to develop with the legs, then add body and squeeze the arms. Legs, so we hang off the handle and then we lean against it. Hang, lean and squeeze. Press, lean and squeeze. It's going to be a little bit of back and forth. You're going to work on the robotic side of things, just really making sure that you have that order, arms, body, legs up, then legs, body, arms back. And you're going to work on that, and then you're going to start to feel more comfortable. So you're going to free it up a little bit. And then potentially it's going to get a little bit too free, and things are going to be too blended. And then you're going to break it back down into the segmented parts. Arms, body, legs. Legs, body, arms. I want you to go back and forth with that interplay as you continue to smooth out your rowing stroke. Beyond the sequence of events, there are some other cues that we can focus on that will help us row better right out of the gates. One of those things is posture. Posture comes from down low. We do not want to be sitting back on our butt. If we're doing so, we've rounded the pelvis back, we've sunk down. If we are stuck in this position, it is very difficult to bring ourselves forward into the front end of the stroke. Plus, with such a rounded back, we're really exposing our back to potential problem. So instead, what we want to think about is that from that finished position, like we've talked about, we want to be in a finished position where we have nice relaxed shoulders, we're strong in the column, in the core, we are reclined, and I want you to think about the body position operating between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. 11 o'clock as we come into the front end at the catch, 1 o'clock at the finish. Shoulders stay relaxed. Our ability to keep relaxed shoulders comes from sitting up from down low. If I am stuck back down on my butt, I have the potential to reach a turtle shell position in which my shoulders are coming up to my ears, where my sternum is down on my lungs. Not only is it not powerful, I can't breathe, and I end up rowing like this. Not powerful, setting yourself up for potential problem, especially in your back. So instead, what we're looking for from this finished position is that we're able to take from our hips and tilt forward. When we tilt forward, we should feel just a little bit of pressure in our low back. It shouldn't be locked out, but it should feel like we're in a position when we arrive at the front end of the stroke to take on the load of the rowing stroke. So this motion here is very important in rowing. Being able to be firm at the finish as you draw the handle to the finish, and being able to achieve a body forward position before you start to slide forward into the front end, so that you arrive in the best position possible to take the catch and drive out. What we don't want to do is sink down, have bad posture, and think, oh, it's great, I've got the sequence down, arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms, right? We're turtle shell down, we're sitting back on our butt, not what we're looking for. So instead, really think good posture and our ability to keep our shoulders low comes from sitting up, from down low. And that means sitting forward on our pelvis, tilting our pelvis forward, feeling your sit bones, pushing down into the seat. From this position, it's easier to keep your sternum up and your shoulders down. So we want to match the good sequence that we've worked on with good sit up, good sit forward at the front end, good lean back and recline at the finish, far enough back but not so far back that we lose control and sink down. What we're really looking for, sitting up from down low, following that sequence, keeping the shoulders relaxed, being able to hang off the handle, tilt back, tilt forward, tilt back, tilt forward, tilt back, tilt forward. And again, the key is I lean back as far as I can while still being able to maintain control of my core. If I lean back too far, there's a chance the seat will slide underneath me. I will roll back down onto the back of my butt. I am now stuck in this position, and it's very hard each stroke to lift yourself back up out of that position. So it's far better to make sure that you finish in a nice reclined position, but still strong in the core, upright, so that tilt is much easier. The important pointers from today. 1, we worked on sequence of the rowing stroke. And that sequence, starting from the finish, arms out, body forward, roll in, and for the drive, press the legs, lean back, squeeze the arms to the body. So we worked on sequence. And the reason we worked on sequence is to avoid 2 major pitfalls. 1, from the finish, not getting the handle and the body forward, hitting the knees or just barely clearing the knees, and then trying to get the body forward at the last second. Very common mistake for people new to rowing. Want you to avoid that. Second pitfall, at the front end of the rowing stroke, we want to address the load with the strongest muscle groups we have, which are our legs. Active legs, strong core. So we come into the front end, we hang off that handle, lean back and squeeze against it, making sure that we drive the legs and dominate the stroke, hanging off that handle. So sequence matters. Legs first, then body, then arms. So that helps us avoid that pitfall so that we don't end up rowing in a praying mantis. Everything activated all at once. So we can avoid those 2 major pitfalls. Sequence matters. Pay attention to sequence. Once you start to have a better sense of the sequence, you can start to blend. If you feel that it's too blended, sequence it back out. We've also worked on posture. Posture comes from down low. Posture comes from maintaining control in your core and your low back. Making sure we don't lean back too far. Making sure we don't sink down at the finish of the stroke so that we're in a good solid position from the finish so we can get that tilt forward. 11 o'clock forward, 1 o'clock at the finish. 11 o'clock at the catch, 1 o'clock at the finish. Arrive in that position, finish in that position. Arrive at 11, finish at 1. Think about everything that you're doing is horizontal. Even though there's all sorts of different angles, your knees are rising, your body is tilting backward and forward, you want everything traveling horizontally. across the plane of the rowing machine. So not to overload you on day one, if this is your first day of rowing, or if you're relatively new to rowing and needed a recap, let's keep it simple. Sequencing, posture, body position, 11-1. Those are the three things I want you focused on as you move forward in your rowing stroke. Once you've mastered this, we have a lot more videos for you to check out on all the different aspects of the rowing stroke and how to improve your rowing stroke and how to create greater power and greater efficiency. So if you found this video useful, please tap the like button, subscribe, and know that there's more videos out there for you already and more videos coming for you soon.